All right, so we got a question that we're going to answer over on social media. This one is towards you.
Me?
It is towards you.
All right.
And it is about your dungeon mastering style for Yarg. Somebody asked, do you use a fleshed out character sheet for Yarg, or do you use a stat block?
That's a pretty good question. I do use a stat block. I do not use a full fleshed out character sheet. That's pretty hard for a sidekick to do. So I made a stat block.
Yeah, there's a website where you can kind of go, I forget what it's called right now, but you can go and sort of make your own stat blocks that look like
the monster stat blocks, but you can add your own thing.
For sure.
It's a simple kind of, not a character sheet, but it's not a preset monster.
And you gave him
block.
a couple special things, right?
I did give him a couple special things. Like I gave him better stats because if you'd like to know, a normal kobold only has 5 hit points. So I made him more into an actual, still weaker, but he's probably about the level of a first level character.
Okay.
But he's got more damage of a second level. Like he's got 16 hit points. He's got armor. He's got the ability to rage. He has a scimitar,
He's got his little Mixie Brewer stuff. He hasn't used it too much, but
he hasn't. Yeah, he has a heal that he can do himself as a Mixie Brewer. So I gave him a couple special abilities and better stats, but it is a stat block and not a character sheet.
All right, hope that answers the question. Thank you so much for submitting it.
For sending in questions. We do like to answer those.
We do. And I think without further ado,
we shall get in
to
the episode.
To the episode.
To the episode.
Okay, bye.
Bum, bum, bum.
Storm.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Souls. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Dragon. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Roll. Dadventurous. Welcome to Dadventurous.
Yeah.
We're back for another week, another episode.
Well, you can't stop us, world.
No.
If you're trying, you shouldn't.
Stop trying if you were.
Yeah, that's right, world. Anyway. It's like almost springtime?
Yeah.
I think. By the time this records?
By the time this releases.
It might even be springtime.
Ooh.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's
future. We're speaking into the future right now. Because we pre-record our episodes.
Dear future listeners.
Hopefully you're still listening when this comes out.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. I'm ready. Whenever you are, jump back in.
All right. Are you ready for a recap?
Mm-hmm.
Last week on Dadventurous.
I was there. Sorry.
You were.
I was.
That's true. Hob, Alfred, and Yarg were in this Seagrow caves with these myconids, these mushroom folk, that were asking for their help.
Mm-hmm.
You gave them some garbage.
I did.
And they decided it was good garbage.
That's good. It looked like good garbage.
Would you know the difference?
No.
They started telling you about how the cave has been blighted by this blight disease, whatever.
It was affecting their leader.
It was affecting their leader.
I met Rugoso.
Remembered it.
I did. And Zanessa.
Wait.
I'm pretty sure it's Zanensa.
Wait, did you spell it with a Z?
Yes. Not a Z?
I like it, though. The Z is fun.
That's me, fun Z guy. Lots of Z's in my notes.
Sinensa, but
okay.
Z's is pretty great. Yes, the blight had laid low their leader.
That was a lot. That was good. Yeah. There was a lot of alliterations there.
Yeah. And the myconids were trying to figure out what was causing this blight. You offered to help and went to investigate this cave that the myconids usually avoid because there's apparently sunlight. But you went in, and there wasn't any sunlight.
Just gross smells of sulfur and a gem.
And a gem that was in a fissure on the far wall. You tapped the gem with your spear.
That's true.
And you heard a growl from behind you. and you turned around to find 2 small dragons that are made of greenish smoke, fumes, whatever, and they lunged to attack you.
So are we rolling?
That is where we are now.
So am I needing to roll initiative?
Yes, can you please roll initiative?
Combat. Hey, look at me go. I got a 14.
I think that is my first nat 20 of the campaign.
Ooh, nice.
On initiative.
I'm glad it's on initiative and not an attack.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe you nat 20'd. That's what killed me.
Oh yeah,
in episode 1.
I nat 20'd episode 1 on a zombie punch.
Yeah, no, that's what killed me. Okay, so they caught me by surprise.
They
Is
caught
what
you
you're
by
saying.
surprise. It is, unfortunately, the Fume Drake's turn. The one that is in front of you. These smell also kind of sulfury and brimstony.
Okay,
Like,
and they're flying.
yes, they are flying.
Okay.
And
Yarg, be careful.
the first one takes a swipe at you with its claws. It lunges towards you and misses miserably. A 4 to hit.
Yes, no, that has no chance of hitting me. I deflect.
They are made of gas, so do you think you blow it away?
Yeah, I flip my hair and the steam moves away.
I like it. It's a weird sort of thing where they're like, you can tell they're made of gas, but it's in almost a bit of a solid form.
Interesting.
Like it's weird, the elemental stuff.
Okay, cool.
However, that is going to be its turn because it will not move. And now it is your turn. There are 2 weird, fumey, dragony thingies in front of you.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can connect with this steamy substance. Spin my spear around and thwack it. Ooh, I got a 21
That
to hit.
does hit.
And a 9 damage.
Ooh, right. This one is already looking a little hurt.
I thwack it and I lean over and look at Yarg and I say, Is this okay? I know you're like kind of part dragon.
He stares at them for a moment and says, "These aren't, they aren't proper dragons. I don't know what they are. Dragons aren't made of gas."
Dragons aren't made of gas. And
However,
I look at Yarg and I say, unless you've had too many beans, I assume, and I chuckle.
your spear does make contact.
Aha!
And it's that weird thing where they're definitely misty, fumy, but that is...
will stay put as one does.
All right. Yarg is going to unsheath his sword and take a slash at the other one. That does hit.
Nice, Yarg.
For...
Defeat these false dragons.
Does... max damage for 10 damage.
Whoa.
This other one is also looking pretty hurt already as Yarg slices into it. Now it is its turn.
Oh no.
As it got a little mad at Yarg, so it's going to target him. It is going to snort and even more just fumy breath, and is going to swoop down and take a swipe at Yarg for a natural 1 that fails miserably. It bumps into Yarg a little, but it flaps back out. Now it is the other one's turn.
The one in front of me?
The one in front of you.
Brace myself for impact.
It roars, but it's a weird, kind of wheezy. Not really. Yeah.
Like whatever the whiny dragon from our prequel thing. Okay.
Roars / wheezes at you. It takes a big breath in and exhales on you. However, it is just you, since it is in melee with you. You must make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, don't fail me down. Fail me now, dice. Oh, it failed me now.
Sulfur steam.
Does a 9 save.
No.
Dang it.
Almost. But no.
But no, okay. I'm ready.
You take 3 damage.
From what?
From as this breath comes out, it's like sulfurous steam, almost what you would expect from like a geyser.
Oh, cool.
And so
Blasts at me.
yeah,
And you said how much damage?
3.
Okay. That's not bad. That could have been worse. Ow! It's hot! I try to wipe it away from my face.
It is a little damp, but it is your turn. Again, you're in this big cave. Not quite as big as the mushroomy ones, but there's no mushrooms in it. There's crystals growing out of the rock.
Like fissure, right?
And the fissure with the big crystal
Okay.
inside of it that you tapped
I'm going to, once again,
that is glowing.
look at this creature that blew its steamy breath on me, and I say, the only one around here full of hot air is me!
That's amazing.
That is a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Aha! 4. 5 damage.
On the same one?
Yep.
All right. It's starting to look a little more hurt.
Dang it.
It's
I did bad on my damage.
Hey, you did some though.
No.
Are you going to do anything else on your turn?
Is it positioned in such a way that it could breathe on both me and Yarg, or his could breathe on both me and him?
Yes.
Could I try to maneuver around it in such a way that maybe I'm not standing right next to Yarg?
Yeah, you could keep it in a
But stay
in melee.
Okay, I want to move around behind it just to kind of like split up any breath attacks that might happen.
Nice.
But that's it. I'm just going around it. Staying in melee.
All right. And that is it. As you what do you call that? Strafing?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
like sidle around it or something. Yeah.
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 Do the fancy thing.
Side shuffle. Do a little square
it.
dance move to the right.
Side shuffle moonwalk.
we
I
go.
like it.
That'd be crazy to moonwalk around a foe in battle.
That'd be pretty funny. All right, now it is Yarg's turn. He is going to jump because they are in the air, but they're kind of level
Oh
with
yeah,
your.
he's shorter.
Yeah. So he's going to jump up and stab up from the underside of this
Get him, Yarg.
critter for a natural one.
A natural
one.
Yarg, no. I guess he did do 10 damage last time. So
He did do 10 damage last time, so the dragon fume thingy flaps its wings and gets a little too high for how short he is. Now it is going to again swoop down and take a swipe at Yarg. Wow, I'm just rolling terribly for everybody. I got
DM
a 5.
curse? Nice.
Yeah. So everybody's rolling terribly, apparently. And it takes a swipe, but whiffs and gets a little off balance in air, but stays up. Now it's the other one's turn that is going to focus on you.
Oh no.
It is... Ow. How many natural ones can I get in a single episode?
I don't know. Maybe that
isn't that
dice needs to
3
go to
so
dice
far?
jail. Did you just get another one?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that dice needs to go to dice jail.
Yeah. So it swoops down to take a swipe at you. Its claws, weirdly sharp even though they're gaseous. You feel it whoosh by your face, but it does not hit.
Ha-ha!
It's going to stay in melee with you. Now it is your turn.
My turn, because I have let him stay in the wing for now. Haha. I am going to whistle. I got
you
it.
did it.
And I am going to start spinning my spear. Spinning it. Using like
Right.
all my movement. Spin, creating a whirlwind in front of me. And I yell out loud. I say, I say, windmill attack. And I'm spinning my spear, and then suddenly I stop it. And I would like to use my Alfred's turn first, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Have Alfred fly in from over my shoulder and attack.
Oh, it's a distraction.
A natural 20 for Alfred,
Ooh.
which means
So he means he does 2
he
damage.
does 2 damage to this one in front of me.
That
And I stopped the
is
spear
amazing.
right at the perfect time for him to fly through, and he like screeches forward. Ooh, and talons out.
You hear in your mind, faster than the wind. He swoops in with gusto.
Wow. He's so poetic
Yeah.
in my mind. I love it. Okay.
You did 2 damage.
I did 2 damage. Well, he did 2 damage. And
He
then
did 2 damage.
as that
Swoops
thing
by.
deals with that, I'm going to continue to spin and take an attack myself.
Ooh, nice.
Does 11 hit?
Yes.
What? It does?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
These are not very hard to hit creatures.
That is a total of 10 damage this time.
How do you want to do this?
Ha! Right as Alfred flies by, and I hear his poetic thing, I kind of pause for a second and cock my head, and I'm like, wow, quite beautiful words, Alfred. And then I just sort of stab half-heartedly at the thing as I'm actually looking at Alfred. And
It
like, poofs
as
or
you
something.
stab into it, it does poof.
Oh, no.
You
I don't
stab
like how we say this.
into it, and the fume drake kind of like shudders a little bit, and then poof, this cloud of sulfurous steam
Oh, no.
escapes from this dying
Okay.
fume drake. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Is it just me?
I mean, you can roll for Alfred if you want, but he did his flyby,
Yeah,
and
he has a lot of movement.
Yarg is on the other side of this.
Okay, I did roll really well for both of us.
All right.
But if it's just me, it was a total of an 18.
All right. You dodge out of the way in time.
I
And
do a back handspring off my spear into the ground. So do a half backflip, stab my spear into the ground, and then finish the backflip. Pull
Nice.
it back out.
and the steam dissipates into the already foggy, steamy, misty air.
Cool.
And
Dangerous. I say, Yarg, be careful. When they die, they poof. And it's a bad poof.
he acknowledges and then says, "Wait, like a pillow?"
Like a bad pillow.
I like it. Bad pillow.
Yep.
Now that was your turn.
Yep.
Now it is Yarg's turn. He is going to actually, taking your advice, he's going to risk an opportunity attack and back up.
Oh, nice.
Does not get hit.
Nicely
Alright.
done.
He backs up to the extent of his movement, and he's now up against the wall. And he pulls out his little sling, takes a crystal from the wall,
Ooh,
and loads
cool.
it into it. He goes, "Take this!" and attempts to hit. Oh, he does hit
Yay,
on the steam
Yarg.
method. Or sorry, him. Fume Drake. 4 damage. This other Fume Drake is again starting to look more hurt.
Okay.
And but it is still up as this crystal flies into it and kind of like slows down for a little bit as it goes into it and then speeds out.
Weird. But it does
They're
damage.
weird, yeah, they're weird, like
Crazy.
partially solid things.
Okay.
It is now your turn.
Aha, I'll follow his suit, and since I'm not near that one, and neither is he, I will stab the spear into the ground, whip out the old beak blowgun. 14 hits, right?
14 does hit.
Aha! Less damage, but 4 damage.
4 damage. This is looking very hurt. Its form is starting to
Come
get
on.
like tears a little bit, and it's
I'm hesitant to
Weaken.
send... I'm not going to send Alfred in, since I know what these things do now.
all right. Now it is the Fume Drake's turn. It is going to flap towards Yarg and
Not
close the
Yarg.
distance. It's going to take another swipe with its claw. Ooh, that does hit, unfortunately.
Not my Mixie Brewer friend!
Oh. As these weird, gaseous but sharp claws scratch Yarg, he is still doing pretty good.
Okay. Took some damage, though.
Did take some damage.
Okay.
But now, Yarg has this thing right next to him. He is going to, again, fearing the bad poof, like a
Yes,
bad
it's
pillow.
poof.
He is going to, again, risk the opportunity attack
Ooh.
as That does hit, unfortunately, on little Yarg. Takes another 3 damage. Ow. However, he gets out of range of this thing and loads a little pebble into his sling, spins it around above his head, and does hit.
Nice, Yarg. Finish this thing.
For exactly the amount of damage needed to poof this thing. It's almost like as he tosses the rock, it sails through the air and hits this fume drake, and it poofs into this steam cloud. However, none of you are near it.
Yay.
And so it turns into harmless steam that joins the other sulfur-smelling vapors in the cave.
I take a deep breath and I look around and say, Yarg, are you okay?
I'm all right. Give me a moment. And he takes a little vial from his satchel and he takes a swig from it. This is his heal sauce as his special mixy brewer ability.
He threw this on the ground once.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But now you guys are currently out of combat, so he's going to drink some.
Can he? How many?
7 hit points. All the way back up to full health.
Nice. And he can just do that like once per day or
You
something?
can do that once per day.
All
And
right.
so he's going to need to refill it. But
That's all right. Good work, Yarg. You're tip-top form now.
good work to you, too. So they were saying that had a bunch of sunlight in it.
I was wondering that. This looks like a crystal, not sunlight to me, and I'm pretty sure I know what sunlight looks like. Can I investigate the fissure and the crystal?
Yeah.
Can I look closer at it?
Again, as a description of this room, there's no mushrooms, and it's very rocky and smoky inside.
It's still smoky even though these things are gone?
Yes.
Okay.
This seems to be, those were just creatures. This seems to be just natural vapors. Crystals are growing from the rock, and a little bit near the entrance, there's a large cluster of purple crystals that juts from the stone. It's larger than the other ones, and in the far wall, the glowing orange crystal is wedged into a fissure in the cave wall. Streaks of soot trace a path along the cave walls between the purple crystals and the fissure. Might have been the fume drakes, might be something else, you're not quite sure, but that is what the cave looks like.
Can I, instead of my previous plan, can I go over to the purple crystal and tap it and see if anything happens? With my spear?
You tap it with your spear.
Uh-huh.
Nothing happens. However, as you get closer, you notice the vapors seem a little denser over here, and the smell of sulfur is stronger. As you look closer, there's cracks around the rock, around these purple crystals, and there is fumes that are seeping up from it.
From inside the crystal?
From inside the rock, not
and
necessarily
this is back
the
towards
crystal,
the entrance? Or just on this other side of the room?
It's more on closer to the entrance than the crystal. Or
and
than
the orange
glowing
ones
one.
didn't have any steam or fumes coming out?
The orange ones? No, it is wedged into a fissure.
Can I try to chip off some of the purple crystal?
Yeah.
With my crowbar or spear? Is it too strong for that?
You can do that. It might take you a while.
Okay, so it's pretty strong, I guess?
Yeah, it is crystal.
If I just try to tap it, it doesn't do anything?
Nope,
Okay.
it seems to be normal crystal.
Huh. Is there room around the orange crystal to, get past? You say it's wedged into the fissure.
It is wedged into the
Can
fissure.
I try to unwedge it? If it doesn't look like it's attached to the rocks?
It is weirdly not. Interestingly enough, you would expect a crystal to be growing from the rock.
Interesting.
It is not.
But the purple ones were?
The purple ones were, like normal crystals should be, but this one is not.
I say, Yarg, I need your assistance. I need the assistance of a strong, strapping young kobold. Had to think about it.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
We're going to unwedge a wedged thing. We're going to de-wedge it.
Right.
And can I have help with this, as in the help action?
Yeah.
I want to try to
De-wedge it.
I want to try to de-wedge this thing.
Okay. Sure, have advantage. Make an athletics.
Okay. For the advantage, a 15.
You unwedge it.
I unwedge it?
You do. It comes free. However, unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming you were using your crowbar for this?
Yeah.
You unwedge it.
Me and Yarg were on one side pushing on the crowbar to like get leverage so that it would like plop out.
It plops out. However, as it hits the ground, it shatters.
Oh no!
In a normal shatter, you are safe. It just shattered. It was this orange glowing crystal. As it shatters, the light dies. However, as you finally unwedge this crystal, sunlight pours into the room.
Interesting.
From inside this crystal, a 2-foot diameter black sphere falls to the ground. You stare at it?
That's never good.
For a minute.
2-foot sphere? That's huge.
This was a really big crystal.
Yeah, still.
And you look at it, and it looks a bit like obsidian, weirdly enough, but it was inside this crystal. And then it starts to crack.
Oh no. I say, well, we found the sunlight, but that looks not good.
As it cracks, it like heats up a little bit, and you can almost see a little bit of light coming from inside.
Oh no. Can I like step away from it?
Yeah, you can step away.
I say, Yarg, Alfred, get back. And I ready myself.
All right. Finally, this thing breaks fully open, and out slithers a small red fiery orange snake looking thing.
Okay.
But not exact. It's got like a weird ruffle on its head, and it crackles with flame. It notices you and hisses, and it spits a little bit of sparks and is going to try to lunge towards you.
What?
Unfortunately, this was a fire snake egg.
A fire snake egg?
Can you please roll initiative again?
Oh my gosh. Yarg, what is that thing?
It's a snake, I think.
I thought you knew more things.
I only hunted boars before, all right?
I rolled terribly. I got an 8 total.
All right.
Her fire snake egg. Inside a crystal?
This explains the missing sunlight.
It does explain the missing sunlight. It does not explain the egg inside crystal. That part is confusing.
Don't question me on the logistics of it. This is small. Oh, wow. It got a 21 on initiative.
Oh, no.
All right. Unfortunately, this goes first. You backed up, you said?
I did. I had me and Yarg and everybody stand back, so I would have said probably just like 15 feet, not a huge distance, but thinking about the drakes that exploded, wanting to stay free of that.
All right. It slithers towards you, and you can feel like heat radiating off of it. And it hisses again, and it does the weird snake thing where it like rears back a little and stays still for a moment, and then strikes at you with a bite. And
I hate snakes.
Does a non-natural 20 hit?
Of course that hits.
Sorry. You take...
Oh my goodness. It's attacking me, Yarg.
Luckily, only 3 fire damage.
Okay, fire damage. Ouchie.
Yeah, you feel like the fangs sink into you, but they're hot.
Hot fangs.
Like,
hot fangs.
It sounds like a weird delicacy.
Well, we're
like
the feathered
fangs,
and the hot fangs is clearly our arch rivals.
All right. That is going to be its turn, though. It stares at you and unlatches its jaws, but that is its turn. It is now Yarg's turn, unfortunately.
I was ill prepared.
He is going to...
How big is the snake? Is that pretty small?
It's like a small creature, like a
okay.
gnome
so
size.
it's still got a good amount of size.
Yeah,
okay.
This seems to be a baby, since the egg thing.
Just hatched?
Yeah.
Yeah. Disturbing. Understood.
So it's smaller.
Okay.
Yarg takes out his sword and goes to slash at it. Question is, does he hit? He does hit. All right.
Get it, Yarg.
Ooh, 7 damage to this snaky thingy. All right, I had to math a little bit. That is his turn. However, as he slashes at it, his sword is metal.
Mm-hmm.
And it slashes into the soft scales of this thing, and he yelps a little as the sword suddenly gains on a tiny little burst of heat.
No, no.
And he takes 1 fire damage.
Wow. Okay. So it's my turn?
Yes. It is your turn. And Yarg is like clutching his hand. It didn't get burned a lot, but it did get burned. Now it is your turn. There is a fire snake right next to you.
I have a question for you, Dungeon Master.
Yes?
Would you allow, just like I would handle a snake in real life, me to pull a shovel out of my bag, scoop it up, and throw it against the wall as my attack?
That's
Or
how
is it,
you
like,
would handle a
too
snake in
big?
real life.
Well, I wouldn't throw. I would shovel it over like my neighbor's fence. I don't know that I'd throw it. I wouldn't want to hurt it.
Wait, where'd you get a shovel from?
I have a shovel in my adventuring gear. If I pulled out a shovel and like flung it, could that be my attack?
Yes.
Sweet.
I'd like, yeah, I'd allow you to do that.
Like an improvised weapon thing.
Yeah, an improvised weapon thing. You're gonna need to make athletics to see if you can actually sling it that far.
Kind of like a scoop grapple thing.
Yeah.
All right, athletics check 17.
Yes.
So I get the shovel, I go, I don't like snakes. I scoop it up and I fling it scarily away from me as hard as you will allow me to throw it.
I want to see how far you can throw this thing. Make it, yeah. Make.
It would be, if I can roll to hit now too, if you want to like see if I actually
Oh, yeah.
like hit wall. Yeah, I got a 19.
That hits?
It's only 3 damage,
All right.
but it's just, base 3 damage. And I go, ugh, snakes. Disgusting. And then I use my movement to run as far as I can the other direction.
You do manage to sling it as you pull a shovel from nowhere, and it sails through the air and hits the ground and just like blinks at you for a second and then hisses.
Oh, it's still hostile. Okay.
I liked that, though, and now it is far away from you.
Yes, I wanted it to be far away from me.
Unfortunately, it is its turn. However, if you move the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. I have 35 feet, so I ran as far away as I could. Yarg did not, though.
Oh, that's true. It is going to lunge towards Yarg as it cannot
sorry,
reach
Yarg.
you on its turn.
I don't like snakes.
Yeah. Do you have like a phobia of snakes?
I'm gonna say I do. Seems like a thing.
Snake phobia?
Ugh. Hate snakes. Adding it to my background.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, unfortunately, this fire snake is going to go towards Yarg instead and is going to slither up to him and spin around and whap him with its tail.
No.
That does hit, unfortunately.
Yarg. Taking a beating.
However, he takes 4 damage. And it whaps him with his tail. Yeah, it looks like a snake in basic form, but it has a bit of like a ruff on its head, and it has a little tailed tuft at the end, almost.
Cool.
It's weird looking.
Yeah.
It does whap Yarg, but that is its turn. Now it is Yarg's turn. He is going to sheath his sword.
Okay.
And start zigzagging away from the snake, doing like, he does a weird little zigzag. He does a like pirouette at one point, and he is taking his action to disengage.
Okay.
From away from the snake for
Ooh, nice moves,
his
Yarg.
full 30 feet of movement.
Okay. Does he come towards me?
He does come towards you.
Okay.
That is the extent of his turn. Now it is your turn.
Okay, I say, gotta stay away from it. Gotta keep away from the heat. And then I pull out the beak once more. Attack. That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Oh, no.
It sails in between this. It's like rough, and it does not hit, unfortunately.
Sorry, Ugg. Yeah, I'll just stay put. Back to back with, or side to side with Yarg.
All right. Alfred does have a turn.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to get burned, though. So I was keeping him away. I mean, you don't have to tell me. Hob is assuming that,
Yeah.
so Hob's keeping him away.
All right. That makes sense.
After watching it burn, I'll even say, Alfred, don't attack. Stay to the sky of the cave, anyway.
Stay to the roof.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. He flies up and kind of keeps watch over the battle. It is the snakey's turn.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
How fast can it move?
Oh, you were 35 feet away?
I have 35 feet of movement. Yarg has 30.
Unfortunately, it can get to Yarg, but it can't get to
Does it have 30?
you. Unless if it dashes.
Well, if it can move
it can
30
do
feet.
30.
If it can do
But
30
you moved
feet.
35 away.
Well, but square to square, that's
that's
within 5 feet. So technically, it can hit me too. So.
Okay, so it is going to slither towards you.
Oh, it's so fast.
Strike at you with a bite. Ooh, unfortunately, I'm assuming a 19 hits.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah.
You take only 3 fire damage.
Okay, you're saying it like that's not taking me down to kind of low here, but here we go.
Don't forget, also, as a reminder, Turok, the cook, did give you 2 healing potions.
He did, and I do have them in my bag.
But that is its turn.
Okay.
And it bit you.
It did.
It's Yarg's turn. He didn't get burned that much, and so he is going to take the risk and stab at this
Kill it,
snake.
Yarg.
Oh no. He missed. His sword clangs into the ground, be right next to the snake, but he didn't hit it. No burning occurs.
Ah, okay. So
It seems to be a touch-based thing for this creature. It is your turn.
It's my turn. I'm going to...
There's a snake in your face.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my spear this time, risking it as well. And I am going to try to attack it. I'm going to spin around and do the Falcon Strike, I think I called it. The downward attack. Yeah, hopefully. That's a 22 to hit.
Ooh, that does hit.
Okay, with 9 damage
Ooh.
to this snake. And then I'm assuming I take some sort of...
It looks very hurt.
Oh, no. Do I take damage from my spear?
As you stab into this thing with your Falcon Strike, you feel the heat surge up through your weapon, and you send your hands a little bit. You take 1 fire damage.
And to counteract that, I am going to use my bonus action to drink one of these healing potions from Tarok, because I am not doing great. That's 2d4 plus 2.
They taste delicious, also. He seems to be a professional cook of some sort.
That's 8 healing.
Ooh, nice.
Actually did pretty good.
All right. Is that your
back
turn?
up. I will risk the opportunity attack and try to move away.
All right.
So I'm going to run away.
Run away. I believe a 15 hits.
It unfortunately does hit, so maybe I'll lose some of that healing after all.
You start to run away, and it snaps you with his fangs. However, it only does 3 damage.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
And
I run 35 feet the other direction towards the daylight.
Towards the daylight.
Yes.
All right. It is coming down from this fissure in the rock that this crystal was stuck in. And that's the extent of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is the snake's turn. There is, unfortunately, a small kobold right next to it as you ran away. And
I did.
It is going to turn around, try to attempt a tail thwack.
Tail thwack.
Tail thwack.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. 5 does not hit.
Yay!
Thankfully. So Yarg jumps out of the way just in time, and the snake hisses in frustration. It is now Yarg's turn. Is he going to be the things that finishes this off? If he hits, he spins his sword around and takes a stab. He does not hit.
No, Yarg.
However, actually, he'd stay there. Yeah, he'd stay there.
Okay, he doesn't want to risk it.
He doesn't want to risk it.
Sounds smart.
Now it is your turn.
My
you
turn.
are 35 feet away.
And I pull that beak out one more time. Wooden carved flute, or not flute, blowgun that I hold. I look
Pictures
to Alfred
of
for
Alfred in flight.
Yeah,
on the
Alfred
side.
in flight. I look to Alfred for confirmation. He gives me a nod and a whoo,
Nod and a do it.
and I got a 19 to hit,
That does hit.
and I got a 5 damage on the old blowgun.
How do you want to do this?
Ha! I actually aim the beak up at Alfred, and I shoot it at Alfred, and we've trained this, and I say slingshot, and I poof it out, and as the dart flies towards him, he scoops it in his wing and does a corkscrew maneuver and redirects it down towards the snake.
Brad.
Alfred's so cool.
I like it. I like it. This dart flies in and sinks into this snake. And it thrashes around. It hisses. It spits some more sparks. But then it falls to the ground.
I say, Yarg, what is this cave? There's steam dragons. There's fire worms. I don't understand what's going on.
Neither do I. But, hey, wait a minute. He sniffs.
Did he just sniff the air?
He sniffs the
Okay.
air.
I do the same. I sniff as well. I'm like, what are we? It smells bad. What are we smelling?
It smells a little less bad.
Oh, did we open up the cork? Did we open up the window?
The Myconids described this as a sunlight-filled cave.
Mhm.
Now that the fissure is open, sunlight is coming down, and the fumes from the purple crystal vents are slowly escaping.
Okay. Wait, does that mean we solved their problems? Was that the disease?
Yeah, if they,
They just needed air conditioning?
just needed air conditioning. Yeah, it seems so that the fumes were the cause of this.
Okay.
They are weirdly, like, a normal fume wouldn't cause rot on a living thing, but it is slowly going away, and
Okay.
the fumes seem to be the cause of the blight.
Okay, questions. Can I now investigate the fissure and the room and the egg and the drake and all that stuff? I want to investigate the remains of things
Okay.
in this room.
Here, what do you want to start with?
Let's start with the broken gem and the shell.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very easy to see as the fumes are slowly clearing, and this outer orange shell had shattered
Right.
into like tiny itty bitty pieces, but the obsidian case in the middle that it actually hatched out of broke into 25 tiny chunks of obsidian. And do you think they might be worth something?
Oh,
If,
okay. I'll scoop those up with my shovel and dump them into my sack. Yep.
Yeah. So there's pieces of obsidian. The fissure is kind of high up on the wall, and it seems to lead to the outside.
Okay.
It's too thin to fit through, really. Like, this crystal was wedged in there, but it was in the wide section,
Right.
and it quickly tapers off. So it seems to be impassable.
Okay.
The snake doesn't have anything on it. It's a snake that was recently,
Born.
yeah.
That would be weird if it had anything on it.
Yeah, and there's nothing really of note there. Anything else you wanted to?
I'm curious if this room showed, you said that like the fume was coming out of the purple gem.
Not necessarily out of the gem itself, but cracks around like where it is.
Is that still happening?
It is, but the fumes are escaping now from through the fissure.
Can I investigate that in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah?
I want to get a little closer look. I want to plug my nose. I want to get in close.
Plug your nose, get in close, make an investigation.
Haha! That is a 16, but I think I minus some stuff. -1, a 15.
All right. You notice this, and as you get closer, you get right up next to it. You notice it's almost imperceptible. There's a little bit of heat coming from these, not the gem, but coming from the cracks. like more heat. And it almost like the air wavers a little bit and then stops, like shimmers a little bit and stops.
I see.
It's something about where these fumes are coming from is strange to you.
I would like to go get Rugoso, if possible, and bring him to the room. However, I will provide Yarg with an umbrella hat, and I would like Yarg to try to block the sunlight for Rugoso.
Okay.
As I go get him. And I say, Yarg, get up there, put this hat on, and stick it in that fissure a little bit so it blocks the sunlight. I kind of want an opinion here from Rugoso, and I know he doesn't like the sun, so you do that. Alfred, help him out. Alfred opens his
Alfred
wings.
flaps up and perches on a little rock ledge and spreads his wings over the fissure.
And then, can I go find Rugoso?
Yes.
Okay, I go find him. And I kind of I want to explain what happened, but also tell him, think we solved the problem as far as the blight. The sunlight's coming through now. The air can vent. We've designed an air conditioning unit. But I'm curious if you know if is there anything like under your caves? Where could this heat be coming from? Are we on like a volcano or something?
Well, he has gone into the crystal cave with you and has stayed in the shadows.
Okay.
And he leans down and looks over the cracks a little bit and said, "We don't usually go into this cave. If I don't know anything about what would be under here. We've been on this island for generations. I mean," he lifts a mushroomy finger and pokes at the vents, and they do nothing. "If anything, I'd ask the people at Dragon's Rest. They like their books and history and knowledge."
They do, but guys like you and me, we don't need that, do we, Rugoso? We just need the real world. And I wrap my arm around him.
He stiffens and just looks at you
and I say,
with confusion.
"Well, I'm pretty sure we solved your problem. So how about more mushrooms for Tarok?"
Yes, Tarok. We won't be needing that guardian anymore. And he leads you back through the area into the big mushroom chamber. Not the farm, but where the other ones were.
Where the other ones were, okay.
He says, "Tarok usually gathers some hardcap mushrooms here. Perhaps either you can stay or come back, but we're hoping that Sinensa will awaken and she would be able to give you the correct authorization for gathering mushrooms."
Can we rest here?
You're welcome to
for
stay.
a longer amount of time?
You're welcome to stay.
Because I'm hurt. And Yarg looks terrible.
Yarg is cut and bruised. He has a snake bite in his arm.
It's all swollen.
That's all swollen.
I say, hold that thought 1 second. I'm going to sidebar with my team. And I go over and I'd like to huddle with Yarg and Alfred.
Alfred, I like to think, lands on your shoulder and spreads his wings around.
So it's
a little...
And I say, "Feathered Fangs, listen. Now, we've finished our mission here, but we're pretty hurt. We're pretty beat. And I wonder if we shouldn't take advantage of the hospitality of our fine mushroom friends and rest. And then maybe there will be extra treasure in it for us because the what's her name will wake up and be extra happy."
I do like extra treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And, I could use a bit of a nap. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Me too. I look at Alfred and I say, "Who?"
Wait, you say who?
I say who.
Alfred asks, "You'd like to smell my eyes?"
I'm still learning. Well,
you are not very proficient in
owl speak.
Yeah, in
No.
owl speak.
But Alfred, I must say, your poetry guided us through battle, and it was beautiful.
Why, thank you.
And I turn back to Rugoso and I say, "Yes, we will take you up on your offer. We will take a long rest here, and we will make sure that this blight is for sure defeated by the Feathered Fangs."
Yarg behind you just goes, "The Feathered Fangs,"
Nice.
and does little jazz hands. Right. You guys find a patch of softer mushrooms to the side.
Nice. A mushroom bed.
And you can take a long rest in this cave. The sulfur smell throughout your rest is slowly fading.
Okay.
It seems to.
I just like casually, we don't have to roleplay it necessarily. I just want to ask Rugoso about like any cool mushrooms they farm, any cool parts of the cave, anything I should know about the island, just general stuff.
Okay.
And then I also want to play on my lute a little bit and try to get a little better.
You want to try to get a little better? All right. Rugoso tells you a bit about Turok coming to gather heartcap mushrooms to make
delicious
healing
foods
potions.
And potions, okay.
And also gathering normal mushrooms for his dishes. They grow a variety of mushrooms, edible, ingredient. Some are toxic to humans, but are fine to myconids.
Cool.
Then they have a lot of
curious.
different things. The violet fungi are sometimes sneak in to their mushroom farms.
I see.
And that wasn't
Defeat
on
them.
purpose. But
Okay.
they don't know all too much about the island. They seem to not really leave their caves at all.
Okay.
And so they just tell you that we've been around here for a long time.
Then I play my lute and sing a little song, and I would like to go to sleep.
Do you sing a lullaby?
Go to sleep, little Yarg. You will rest on a mushroom, and you will then feel better because you are hanging out with fun guys.
Make a performance check.
Oh, I will. How many disadvantages?
I'm actually going to give you normal on that because you made it up and that was great.
That is a 10.
That was the AC I set. So,
So it's okay.
it's okay.
Nice.
Completely mediocre.
But a passable song.
But a passable song.
Nice.
Fungi. Right. You take your long rest.
Yay, I needed that so bad.
When you wake up in the morning, you feel a presence kind of in your mind, kind of like what the myconids were.
Okay.
And also standing over you.
All right.
And you wake up and look up to see a very large mushroom folk
Oh.
standing above you.
I sit up. I'm sorry. Oh, was I not supposed to sleep on these ones? Is this okay?
It's like, Rugoso has informed me of your aid to the colony.
Is this Zenensa? Senensa?
Z is fine.
Zenensa. I stand up and I say, yes, I believe we have assisted with your blight problem.
And for that, I thank you. As thanks for your
Heroics. It's heroics.
heroics, yes. I would like to give you something for Turok.
Oh, okay.
And
I can do that.
she motions to two other myconids, and they bring forth the weird, large, brain-ish shaped mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that they were using to heal her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she says, "This is a ruby moral. It can be used to make a powerful, whatever you call it. We have no use for it now that you've eliminated the blight, and, give Turok our greetings." And you now have a ruby moral that is a large mushroom.
Okay. Ruby moral for Turok. I say, thank you, Queen of the Mushrooms. I bid you a farewell. And then I bow deeply.
She kind of looks at you for a second, and then also bows to you.
Sweet.
And sends you on your way. However, Rugoso accompanies you out.
Okay.
And as you enter back into the fungus farm, he gestures to some reddish mushrooms that kind of bear an unsettling sort of resemblance to human hearts. But
That's
he gestures
super creepy, Rugoso.
But he gestures and says, "These are heartcap mushrooms that Turok would use."
Oh, I thought you were saying hard cap. They're heart cap?
Yes.
Creepy, Rugoso. And I smack him on the shoulder and I say, I like you. You're weird, though.
I didn't make the name.
I know. Okay.
But yes, there are 3 in this cavern.
Whoa, cool.
So
Can I he's saying I can snack, or
Yep.
not snack. I can snag him up?
it is strongly advised to not snack on them until you boil them.
Okay.
And yeah, you exit through the tunnel. The tunnel opens up onto the sea and a new day. And that is where we will end this episode.
Okay, cool. Lots of combat in that one.
Yeah, the fire snake was definitely
I'm going to have to ask some people about that one.
yeah, I had some mysteries.
Mysteries solved and mysteries found. Wow, that was cool. I got down to 6 hit points.
Okay.
I was low, but we did
But you
okay.
did it.
We did okay, yep.
All right.
And that was cool. All right.
All right. You have some mushrooms.
I do have some mushrooms. I'm excited to give them to Tarok and figure out what is going on. Well, good work again.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks to everyone again for listening. Again, if you're enjoying it, tell your friends, give us a like, give us a review.
Give us a question.
Give us a question. That's true. And beyond all that, thank you guys so much for listening. And I guess that's it. So we will see you next week
On
Dadventurous.
Dadventurous.